Hello everybody! Today I will teach you about solving quadratic equations. So pag-aaral natin paano i-solve ang mga quadratic equations. First of all, this is the general form or the standard form of a quadratic equation. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. So yan yung general form or standard form ng quadratic equation. Okay? At saka yung a, b, c ay mga real numbers. Yung x ay ang variable natin. Tapos, may isang condition na mahalaga dito, yung a ay hindi pwedeng 0. Kasi pag ang a, yan ay 0, mawawala ang yung first term mo na may x squared. Okay? Magiging 0 yan. So, ang matitira yung bx plus c lang. Hindi yan pwedeng tawaging quadratic equation. Okay? Upang matawag na quadratic equation, kailangan ang highest exponent ay 2. Okay? Or ang degree ay 2. Okay? So, yan yung general form ng quadratic equation. Now, I will give you examples of quadratic equations in standard form before we proceed to the different methods of solving quadratic equations. So, let's have some examples of quadratic equations, and we will identify the coefficients a, b, and c. Okay? So, first example is x squared plus 2x plus 4 equals 0. Alright? Our a will be the coefficient of x squared. Kaya lang wala kang nakikita na number before x squared. Ibig sabihin 1 ang number dyan. Okay? Yan, 1 yung coefficient ng x squared. So, ito yung a natin, ito yung b, at ito yung c. So, our a is equal to 1, our b is equal to 2, and our c is equal to 4. Okay? Next example, 2x squared minus 3x plus 9 equals 0. So, our a here is 2 or positive 2. Our b is negative 3, and our c is positive 9. Remember, the sign of the number is the sign to the left of the number. So this 2 is positive because there's no minus sign there. That means the sign is positive. This 3 is negative because there's negative sign on the left. This 9 is positive because there's positive sign on the left. Okay? So those are the signs of the numbers or the coefficients. So ngayon, sa dalawa pang halimbawa upang maintindihan talaga ano yung mga quadratic equations. So we can also have a quadratic equation that looks like this. 4x squared plus 7 equals 0. Okay, so quadratic equation din yan. Bakit quadratic? Dahil ang highest power or highest exponent ay 2. Okay? Hindi 3, hindi 4, hindi rin 1. Okay, pag may x squared yan or y squared, p squared, quadratic equation yan. Pag yan yung pinakamataas na exponent. Now, ano yung a dito? Okay, ang a natin ay 4. Kasi yan yung coefficient ng x squared. Ano naman ang b? Wala kang nakikita, di ba, na term na may x? Ibig sabihin, ang coefficient ng x ay 0. So, b is 0. Kaya nawawala dahil naging 0 siya. Pag b ay 0, 0 times x equals 0. So, hindi mo na kailangang isulat yung 0. So, ang b natin ay 0. Tapos, yung c ay tinatawag na constant term or yung number lang. Yan yung 7. Okay. Last example. Negative 5x squared plus 2x equals 6. Okay. Ano ang A, ano ang B, at saka ano yung C? First of all, our equation is not in the general form or the standard form. So, kailangan isulat natin yan sa standard form. So, negative 5x squared copy plus 2x copy. Ano yung standard form again? The right side of the equation must be 0. So, yung 6, ililipat natin sa left side, magiging negative 6. So, 0 na ang right side. Okay, remember the transposition law? Pag yung number ililipat mo sa kabilang side, change yung sign. So, yung 6 dyan, originally is positive. So, pag nilipat mo sa kabila, magiging negative 6. Okay? So, identify na natin ngayon yung A, B, at saka C. Ano yung A? Negative 5. Ano yung B? Positive 2. Ano yung C? Negative 6. Negative. Okay. So, these are examples of quadratic equations in standard form. Ngayon, tuturo ko sa inyo yung iba't ibang paraan upang isolve ang mga quadratic equations. Okay, ano yung mga paraan upang ma-solve ang mga quadratic equations? Okay, may 4 na pangunahing paraan. There are 4, okay, common ways to solve quadratic equations. Okay? Ang una ay yung tinatawag na extracting the square root. So, simply, kunin ang square root ng equation. Yan yung extracting the square root. Okay, pangalawa ay yung factoring. So, ipa-factor mo yung polynomial. Pangatlo ay yung completing the square. Okay, medyo complicated na ito. Tapos ang panghuli, pag hindi mo pa na-solve using number 1, 2, at 3, saka ka nagagamit ng quadratic formula. So, using quadratic formula. So, these are the 4 common ways to solve quadratic equations. Okay, and we will be starting with number 1, which is extracting the square root. Okay, what is an example of that? Okay, so let's have our example for extracting square root. Extracting the square root method. So, solve. Okay, usually, the question must start with the word solve or find the values of the variables. Find x. So, ganyan yung mga tanong sa solving quadratic equation problems. So, solve x squared minus 100 equals 0. Okay? So, this is a quadratic equation dahil ang degree niya ay 2 or ang highest power is 2. Tapos, okay? Ano yung A dyan? A is 1. Ano yung B? 0. Ano yung C? Negative 100. Subalit, ang extracting the square root method ay hindi mo na kailangang i-identify or malaman yung A, B, at C. Okay? You simply, ang method na ito ay you simply take the square root of both sides of the equation. So, kailangan both sides. Ibig sabihin, may number ka sa left side, may number sa right side. Kunin mo ang parehong square roots nila. So, ang gagawin natin, dahil 0 yung sa right side, ililipat natin yung negative 100. So, magiging x squared equals positive 100. Again, law of transposition. When you transpose a number to the other side of the equation, you change the sign of the number. So, 100 here is negative. When you move to the other side, it becomes positive. Okay, so we have now an equation x squared equals 100. So, this is our solution, or the method of finding the values of x. So, we simply take the square root of both sides of the equation. What is square root of x squared? It is simply x. And what is the square root of 100? Okay, not 10. but also negative 10. So our answer must be plus minus 10 or positive 10 or negative 10. Bakit plus minus 10? Bakit hindi 10 lang? Dahil 10 times 10 equals 100. Tapos negative 10 times negative 10, 100 din. 100 din. So you can do the checking. Gusto nyo yung i-prove na tama yung sagot nyo, you can do the checking. Unang value ng x natin, positive 10. So x squared, that's 10 squared, minus 100. Galing sa original equation natin. Is that 0? Yes, 0 is equal to 0. Check. So paano naman pag negative 10 yung x? Okay, negative 10 squared minus 100. Is that equal to 0? Yes, also. So tama rin pag negative 10 ang x. So dalawa ang sagot dito, positive 10 at saka negative 10. Okay, and another way to remember is, may law tayo sa mathematics na the square root of any real number has two values, the positive square root and the negative square root. Ang positive square root ng 100 ay 10. Ang negative square root ay negative 10. Okay, yung positive 10, yan yung principal root. Okay, now let's go to example number 2. Okay, example 2 is solve or find the values of x for the equation x squared equals 49. Okay, dahil nakasulat na sa right side yung 49, so diretso na tayo sa extracting the square root of both sides of the equation. So left side copy, right side copy. Take the square root of the left and the right. What is the square root of x squared? X square root of 49 is positive or negative 7. Hindi 7 lang, kundi positive 7 and also negative 7. Okay, more examples. How about this kind of problem? Find x in the equation. Okay, what if our equation is like this? X squared minus 64 equals 0. Okay? So, for our solution, first of all, ililipat natin yung negative 64 sa kabila, magiging positive 64. Okay? This is the extracting the square root method. Kailangan may left side at saka may right side. So, ang right side natin ay positive 64 and extract the square root of both sides. So, our answer will be 8. Pwede mong isulat na ganito, 8, negative 8. Or pwede ring plus minus 8. Okay? Kasi 8 times 8 is 64 at saka negative 8 times negative 8 is also 64. Okay, what if our problem is like this? Okay, paano natin isolve ito? How to find x? Again, the word solve means find the value of the variable. Our variable is x, so it also means find x. So ano ang x dito sa equation na to? Okay. Okay, pag in-apply natin ang method na ginawa natin sa number 3, so magiging negative 64 yan sa right side. Pag in-extract mo ang square root both sides, magiging x equals, ano ang square root ng negative 64? Kahit gamitin nyo pa yung calculator nyo, wala kayong makukuha na sagot na number. Kasi ang sagot dyan is not a real number. It's not a real number. It's an unreal number. Unreal or imaginary number. So dahil not a real number, pwede mong sabihin na this problem has no solution. Therefore, no solution. Walang value o walang real value ang x. Okay, madali lang. Paano identify na no solution? Pag may square root of a negative number, okay? You cannot find a real number answer for the square root of a negative number. Kahit gamitin nyo pa yung calculator nyo, ang sasabihin dyan is syntax error. Dahil ang sagot ay imaginary or not a real number. Pag not a real number, pwede mong sabihin na no solution. Okay? So these are our examples for solving quadratic equations using extracting the square root method. Ngayon, punta tayo sa pangalawang method, which is factoring method. Okay, ano yung factoring? Okay, medyo mas complicated to kaysa una. So, ang factoring method ay ganito. Okay? So, solving quadratic equations by factoring. So, sana naaalala niyo yung lesson about factoring polynomials. Ang ibig sabihin ng factoring ay ihiwalay sa maliliit na factors ang isang buong polynomial. So, solving quadratic equations by factoring, example number 1, solve x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Okay, sa solving quadratic equations by factoring, kailangan nasa standard position, standard form ang quadratic equation natin, na kailangan nasa standard form or general form kung saan ang right side ay 0. Okay? So, ang given natin ay nasa standard form na. So, diretso na tayo sa factoring. So, ano ang factors ng x squared plus 5x plus 6? Sana naalala niyo yung lesson nyo. Okay? So, una sa lahat, ang x squared makukuha mo sa x times x. Tapos, paano mo yung kukunin ang 6 at saka 5x? Okay, unahin mo yung 6. Ano yung dalawang numbers na pag minultiply mo, magiging 6. Ngunit pag inadd mo, magiging 5 or positive 5. Makukuha mo yung gitna. Okay, ano yung dalawang numbers na pag minultiply mo magiging 6? Subalit pag inadd mo magiging 5. Simple lang, 2 at 3 or 3 and 2. Okay? Because 2 times 3 is 6. Makukuha mo yung last term. 2 plus 3 is 5. Makukuha mo yung middle term. Okay? So, yung 2 na yan positive. So, positive 2 at saka here, positive 3. Yan yung factors natin. X plus 2 and also x plus 3 are the factors of our polynomial x squared plus 5x plus 6. Ngayon, isulat natin yung right side which is 0. Kasi pag walang number sa kabila, hindi yan tama. Okay, hindi kumpleto ang equation. Ngayon, paano natin kunin ang values or value ng x? Okay, simple lang. You have to know how many factors you have. Kung ilan yung factors mo, yan din ang dami ng values ng x mo. So, ilang magkakaibang factors. Kasi pag pareho ang factors lang, isang x lang makuha mo. So, we have two factors, 1, 2. So, we can get here two values of x because we have two different factors. So, ang unang factor natin ay x plus 2. So, gagawin natin, kopyahin yan, sulat natin ng equals 0 or equals the number on the right side which is 0. Okay, so x plus 2 equals 0. Same as with the other factor, x plus 3 equals 0. Halimbawa, pag yung number sa right side ay hindi 0, then yun din ang number na isusulat mo. Halimbawa, 10 yung nasa right side, so equals 10. Okay, so first factor is x plus 2 equals 0. Ano yung value ng x dyan? Ito ay isang linear equation. Ang value ng x dyan ay negative 2. Dahil i-move yung 2 sa kabila, magiging negative 2. So second factor naman, x plus 3, ang value ng x ay negative 3. Okay? So yan yung sagot natin. Yan yung dalawang values ng x, negative 2 and negative 3. Okay? Isa pang halimbawa. Find x in this equation. X squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 0. So, ano kaya yung value ng x dyan? Okay, first of all, check mo kung nasa standard form. Check, nasa standard form na kasi ang right side ay 0. Okay, so diretso na tayo sa solution. Okay, for our solution, okay, kunin natin yung factors ng x squared plus 4x plus 4. Ano yung dalawang number na pag in-add mo, ay pag minultiply mo, magiging 4. Okay? Ano yung dalawang number na when you multiply together, you will get 4. And when you add them, you will get 4 also. First of all, x and x yan. Ano yung dalawang number niyan? 2 and 2. Okay? 2 times 2 is 4 and also 2 plus 2 is 4. So, positive 2 and positive 2. So, yan yung dalawang factors natin. X plus 2 at saka x plus 2. Ngayon, using our method, every factor equals the number on the right side. So, this factor equals 0. Other factor equals 0. Dito, ang value ng x natin, negative 2. Doon sa kabila, negative 2 rin. Okay? So, isa lang ang value, negative 2. Isa lang ang sagot dito kasi parehong negative 2. Okay? So, our x is equal to negative 2. Okay, next example. Alright, for our next example, solve. Okay, gagamit tayo ngayon ng ibang variable. Kasi pwede rin hindi x pwede rin y. Okay, y squared minus y plus minus, not plus, minus 20 equals 0. Okay, ang variable natin ay y, hindi x. Pero pareho lang din ang process ng pag-solve nito. Okay, so first of all, you have to find the factors of y squared minus y equals 20. So, may negative na, negatives. Paano natin kukunin yan? Okay, ano yung dalawang number na pag binultiply mo, magiging negative 20. Kukuha yung last. Ngunit, pag in-add mo, magiging negative 1. Kasi ang number dito ay 1. So, negative 1 at saka negative 20. Okay? Ano yung number na pag minultiply, dalawang numbers na pag minultiply mo, magiging 20. So, balit pag in-add mo, magiging negative 1. Okay. So, ang numbers na yun ay 4 at saka 5. Isa ay positive, isa ay negative para maging negative. So, ano ang negative? Kailangan ang negative yung mas malaki ang absolute value. Yung 5 ang negative natin. Yung 4 ang positive. Para makuha natin yung negative 1. Okay? Negative 5 plus 4, negative 1. So, yung numbers natin ay negative 5 at saka positive 4. Okay? Because negative 5 times positive 4 is negative 20. Check. Negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. Check. Kasi yung negative 1 yung sa gitna na number. Or yung B. Okay. So, our factors are y minus 5 and y plus 4. Yan yung dalawang number na yan yung magiging kasama ng y. Yung 5 ay negative, so kailangan y minus 5. Yung 4 ay positive, so y plus 4. Okay? So ngayon, nakuha na natin yung mga factors. So, pwede na natin isolve ang ating quadratic equation. So, first factor equals 0. Second factor equals 0. For the first factor, the value of y is 5 or positive 5. For the second factor, the value of y is negative 4. Alright, so our answers are 5 or negative 4. Okay, so I will be teaching the other two more methods, which are completing the square and using the quadratic formula in my next video. Bye-bye.